An acronym standing Retired Extremely Dangerous, Red features an ensemble cast of Hollywood veterans as former CIA operatives who must unravel a conspiracy involving the highest levels of American government, not only to clear their name, but also just to survive. The film stars Bruce Willis as Frank Moses, an ex-Black Ops CIA agent who is just trying to live out his retirement in peace, and he's also trying to court Sarah Ross, played by the always adorable Mary Louise Parker, a customer service agent that handles Frank's pension fund. When Frank is targeted by a hit squad in the middle of the night, he is once again pulled into his former life of killing bad guys. To help him defend himself, he gathers his former CIA friends, played by John Malkovich, Morgan Freeman, Helen Mirren, and Brian Cox, all of whom do very little to bring their respective characters to life, and honestly feel like they're involved with this film more for the paycheck than anything else. Especially Freeman, who despite receiving top billing, is only on screen for about 15 minutes. Playing the roles of the bad guys, Karl Urban and Richard Dreyfuss bring a bit more character to the screen, but are just as forgettable as the uninspired plot they're stuck in. As former operatives, the entire cast approaches each mundane gunfight and explosion with a disinterested, been there, done that kind of attitude. And while this badass attitude can certainly be an incredibly effective trait for an action protagonist, it is handled so poorly here that it is almost impossible to be excited by anything on screen. Even Sarah, a woman completely out of her element and being shot at, barely seems fazed by the ridiculous events happening around her. Red trudges along from scene to scene with not a thought to momentum or pacing, only occasionally providing the viewer with a quick shootout that fails to advance the plot or affect the main characters in any way. One scene, for example, has Helen Mirren opening fire on some bad guys in a hotel's basement kitchen. Eventually she's hit with a stray bullet and wounded, but it's obvious the injury isn't just insignificant, it's also completely insequential to the plot. Although feeling a bit awkward at times, Frank and Sarah's relationship is really the only thing in this movie worth rooting for, with some of their early scenes together being the highlight of the film. Sadly, Sarah goes missing for nearly the entire second half of the film, as director Robert Schwentke seems to just forget about her. There are moments here that might make you smile, but as an action comedy, Red fails to faithfully deliver on either, with most of the movie feeling like a chore rather than an adventure. Wasted potential, just plain boring. That's what I thought about Red. Now let's see what you had to say in the YouTube comments. Well, some surprising reviews there, so let's bring in the Rate-O-Matic to see how we both scored Red. A 4 and an 8. A much stronger disagreement between us for this film, and as I explained, it felt more like a boring waste of potential that didn't do much to justify its big budget cast. I thought it was just meh. You folks really seem to enjoy it though, being especially fond of the veteran cast, scoring it a great.